Hello, in this session you will learn how to provisioning the Message Exchange service on Restcomm. Message Exchange enables your unified communication clients to send and receive SMS in a chat-like experience. You can find more information on the restcomm.com website under the Products Message Exchange link. All the documentation that you will need to guide you through this session is available on the restcomm.com/docs. On the table, you can see the Message Exchange. You have 3 links. The overview is a good starting point. It gives you an architecture overview, some start guide, and some call flow that explains how the service works. To provisioning the Message Exchange service, you need to interact with 3 main elements: the network, Restcomm Connect, and Restcomm Message Exchange server. All the interfaces in all these 3 elements is the REST API. On the network, you need to enable the number to receive and send SMS. On Restcomm Connect, you need to provision the number and configure to instruct what Restcomm should do whenever an SMS arrives to the platform. And on the Restcomm Message Exchange server, you need to add the mapping between your Java address of your unified communications client ID and the DID you just enabled on the network. So right now, let's focus on the enablement of the number on the network. So to enable the number on the network, you want to find a documentation online about this interface. So you will receive a tutorial from Telestacks with the available operations on this network enablement. For this demo, I will use Postman client to invoke the APIs. You can integrate this in your own provisioning system, or you can use whatever client you are comfortable with. To enable a number on the network, it's basically a GET request to a given URL. We will provide you a token that's specific to your account, and you just need to know the number that you are going to enable. For this scenario, this is the number, the DID that we are going to enable. And basically, we just need 2 parameters, the token and the numbers. We just execute, and the request will get a 200 OK with the job ID, because this enablement on the network isn't real time, so it takes some minutes. There are other operations available to check the status of a job ID, to list all the enabled numbers for your own token, and basically to delete an enabled number. So basically, this is the first step, quite straightforward, to enable the number with SMS capabilities on the network. So the second step is to provision the number on the Restcomm Connect platform. To use that, you have all the documentation available online. You need to send a post request to our cloud.restcomm.com using your account SID. You need to know the account SID and the authentication token for the authentication part, or your login and password. And you need to send the parameters in the body in the form URL encoded format. The minimum that you will need is the phone number that you want to provision, the ISIP flag set to true, and the SMS URL pointing to our Message Exchange server. You just execute, and you should expect a 200 OK with the XML in the body response. After you have done that, if you go to your console, in the Numbers tab, you should see the number provisioned, and you should see it configured correctly to the Message Exchange on the SMS part. So this is the second step that you need to execute. So the third and final step is to create a mapping between the Java address of your unified communication client and the DID that we just provisioned on the network. So for that, you have a specific interface on the cloud restcomm.com. So to create a mapping, you need to execute a post to this URL using your credentials, the same, the account SID and authentication token, or your login password. And it expects a body in JSON format with your Java address, your domain in case you are using a custom domain. I'm not using it right now, so it will use the default restcomm.com, and the number, the DID that you are creating the mapping to. So once you execute that, you should receive a 200 OK and the JSON response with the mapping ID that was just created. For this interface, you also have a user interface available. If you scroll down, you have a link for a Swagger UI. After you are authenticated with your credentials, again, the same authentication token and your account ID, you have all the available operations and the models that you will need. So the focus is basically on this mapping. So for example, if we try it out and we execute the mapping, we can see that we have the mapping that we just created before. So this is basically just a user interface for all the REST API operations that are available. So it's the same as using a normal client like Postman or other that you like. Now that we have done all the needed steps, let's see it in action. I have a XMPP client and I've created a contact. The contact will need to be the number in international format without plus or 00. And the domain will be restcomm.com, the default one. So again, if you want to use your custom domain, you need to have a couple of extra steps that you can find on the Message Exchange Server API. Basically, you need to upload your certificate and you need to create a DNS entry SRV pointing to our Message Exchange server. You have more information about it on our quick start guide, but for now, for this demo, we will use the default one. So now let's see it in action. I have my mobile phone here and I have my mobile number on my contact list on my UC client. So I'll just do a normal text message and it should arrive to my mobile phone as an SMS. And if I reply back, I should have it as a normal chat message on my client. So basically, this is the Message Exchange service where I can send and receive SMS through my UC client. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you have any questions, just contact us at support@telestacks.com. Thanks for watching.